Love, blessings, peace, and prosperity, divine, beautiful soul. What is good in your world? I'm raising my cafecito to you. You're tuned into the Cafecito and Tarot podcast, and it is me, Nicole P, your spiritual barista, serving you up wisdom, guidance, and inspiration from the cards. I'm recording this episode on Friday, the day after the full moon in Sagittarius. It has been a few weeks since I've been up on here. My love, life is lifing, and I feel that I'm getting to a point of a little bit more stable ground. So much going on with my mom's health and trying to find housing. I think we have a lead on something. It feels right, and I will know by next week. And once we have that secured, our next landing place, I think I'll be able to breathe and focus, be able to be of service through the tarot for you and the community that I am of service to. And gosh, I can't wait to say yes. Yes, we found our house. We found the next place we're going to live. I could tell you this much. June is going to be bananas, but I am ready for it. And I keep visioning that feeling of July 1st, fully moved into our new place, starting a new chapter. It hasn't turned out how we thought it was going to turn out. We thought we were going to be moving back to the Midwest to be close back to family in Chicago. And, Spirit was like, nope, that's not going to happen. So we're staying in the area in the PNW. I do have to say, there's a part of me, as much as I crave being back, in the Midwest, especially being close to Chicago, there's a part of me that's a little bit happy and relieved to be staying up here in the PNW because I'm in love with the mountains and I'm in love with the water. The rain season's a little tough, but I tell you something, when the sun is out, you really do forget about all of the rainy days that you got most of the year because it is absolutely glorious. So, to be continued. And once I get a little bit more like stability, and because right now it's like crisis mode, and it's about your basic human needs like housing and also on a tight budget because there's costs that come with it. And once that gets a little bit more secured, I feel that I will be able to be up on here more consistently. But I feel pretty good today. I did some rituals with the full moon and Sagittarius last night, and I woke feeling the call and the need to be up on here and also create some content for my YouTube channel. So I pulled a card, and let's get into the daily tarot brew. Or I should say, maybe this is a sporadic weekly tarot brew. The dailies will be back one day. One day they'll be back. Um, but let me tell you about the card that I pulled. I pulled where's the card? Why am I drawing a blank? Oh my gosh. I pulled the Awakening card, otherwise known as the Judgment card. The Judgment card. And that's a perfect card, a perfect message the day after that full moon in Sagittarius, right? So that lunation really uh, illuminated crevices and spaces in our bodies and our lives where debris is calling to be washed away, where healing is calling to be tended to, um, where just this cleanse, like a good limpia needs to happen in relationship to our connection to Jupiterian energy, to expansive energy, to curiosity, to learning and growing, evolving, adventure and passion and creativity. So in these next few weeks, so much is dissipating and being offered to the underworld um, as a way to create, transmute all of that energy into fertile ground, for us to carry on with our bad selves in this dance called life. So the Judgment card is connected to Scorpio, right? That energy of death and rebirth, of shedding, releasing. During a Scorpio season, the veil is thin. In fact, I would say it's lifted. And that energy, that card, the energy of the card, I feel is this. Here's the brew. is that as we open, right, as we clear things out and open to receive what we're calling forth, um, may you be conscious that you're creating the space and that you're not, it's easy to resist change, it's easy to resist the shedding, but being very conscious of how you can loosen up the grip, right, on what is being released, right? It reminds me of clothes. Okay, hear me out. Right? When you're like, oh my gosh, I really need like an upgrade in my wardrobe. I really want to get some new shoes. And I want to really like get a whole new wardrobe. I want to get some new stuff, right? But you're closets are like packed, and they're packed with stuff that you probably may have not even worn for like, maybe once or twice a year. That spring cleaning that you got to clean out the closets. Like, how are you going to bring more stuff in if your closets are like jam packed? Like, how are you going to bring more stuff in? Because it's just going to pile up and pile up and pile up, and then it's going to like energetically be like claustrophobic and stuck, and the energy's not going to flow. So it's kind of like this is what that card, like the judgment card right now at this point in time, reminds me of. It's like, how are we consciously loosening the grips, right, of things, of experiences, and just energy, right, that really is not serving us, that's really like stagnant. Like, how are we going to welcome more into our life when we're not creating the space for it? That's what I feel the brew is about today. That's what I feel the judgment card is asking us to. Yeah, grandmother moon and spirit, right, the cosmos, the underworld, and spirit is going to be doing what they do, right, from this lunation, helping us to clear things out, but also too in our human form, like in our mundane consciousness, we also have to take action too. And we have to be aware of where we may be more constricted and like holding on really, really tight because we don't want to let that go. Oh my gosh, that dress that I wore 5 years ago, it's so adorable. One day I'm going to fit into it. And now listen, there's nothing wrong with hanging on to something where like it's a point of motivation for maybe you like to be towards better health, or maybe that dress reminds you of something. Okay, fine, but maybe you can take it out of your closet and maybe use it like a decoration in a point of your house. Do you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we hold on to things, we hold on to things, we don't realize that, you know what, once I let it go, oh, it's gonna feel so good. And the whole thing is, this is going back to the analogy of the dress or the clothes, is if you haven't worn it for so long, it's just like taking up space and taking up energy. And the whole thing is, and then if you give it away, someone else is going to really enjoy it, right? It's like the reciprocity, like Six of Pentacles energy. So it's like, oh, it's going to feel so good that someone else can really enjoy that dress or enjoy your clothes. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much room that I can fill my closet with new things. Or maybe you say, I don't need anything at all. I want to simplify my life. I want to have more energetic flow, right? So that's what like the judgment card is asking us, like, where can we consciously make decisions and choices to let go of things, to let go of things. And so there may be part, you might be like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know where I can let go of anything. And okay, maybe you don't know. But that's where you say, like, are there areas in my life? Are there things that I'm holding on to that I really need to let go of? Ask the question, be curious, right? Because I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's something that is calling to be released, right? And just checking, where am I grasping onto things so much that I'm not allowing the flow to happen? That's what I got for you today. I was thinking about the clothes, really came to my mind because that's what I'm going through right now. And it's just really symbolic at this time, too, of being able to open to what is next, but holding on to things of the past. And of course, there's some things that you're going to hold on to because they have really sentimental value. Of course, right? But then there's things you just hold on to because you hold on to them, right? And then it becomes a habit. I mean, not only tangible things, but habits and ways of being. And it's like, wait, why am I doing that? Do I really need to be doing that? You know? Yeah. So that's what the judgment card has to offer us on this day. My love, it has been so good to be connected with you once again. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in, and being part of this journey, being part of the Tarot Brew crew. There are going to be some changes on the platform that I record on. So there might be a disconnect with the RSS feeds. I'm not sure how that goes. I have to switch platforms coming up in the next week. So there might be some glitches. And let me just remind you of something as well. If you are interested in having a question answered here on the Cafecito and Tarot podcast, you can go to www.cafecitoandtarot.com on the homepage and submit your question. Now, I'm still going to be gathering questions to answer them once I am full on back in the swing of things, right? When I have that stable ground, most importantly, when I have housing, when I know for sure we got some housing that I feel like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. So, but keep sending your questions. I have a few that I've put them aside and I will get to them. And I'm collecting questions. So I'm gonna close it at that. That's all I got to say. I'm raising my cafecito to you, my love. I just wish you all sorts of good SHIT. All right. Remember, you are a miracle. You are medicine. You are magic. Your body is an oracle. Your body's an altar. You are one with the cosmos, the underworld, the supernatural world all around. And may you dance with peace, beauty, ease, and joy. And don't forget to stay hydrated, drink your water, and get some rest. Mad love to you. Until next time. Bye.